Friends, this is Bhupati Raj, Mantra IAS Academy, Hyderabad. And today's topic, that's very important topic in the CSAT paper. That's mathematics. In fact, quantitative aptitude. Of course, already I have uploaded many topics in reasoning and I'll do other topics also. And this topic is percentage in the part of aptitude part. You can say quantitative aptitude or you can say fundamental mathematics. So this same style, I'll show the question paper and I'll just tell maximum solutions, my friends. Yeah, just see that and follow just otherwise my channel for these type of updates, and of course it helps you a lot and you can do definitely the paper well if you observe my all topics very carefully. So whether this paper is here mentioned, of course we have, right? First point is the topic is percentage. Whenever you start any topic, first of all you have to know the base of that. The basic point is what? But in this case a word is that cent, C-E-N-T. That's enough. It gives you the meaning of the whole topic. In fact, I'll just tell you, you are of course going to some place on a bike and your speed is, imagine that, 100 kilometers per hour. Kilometers per hour. So my topic is per hour, 100 kilometers per hour. Right, per hour, that's the major point, of course, per cent it is. Now point is, cent is nothing but, it's a root word, of course, it has taken from a Latin word called as centum. Generally considered as what you can say 100. I'll tell you a live example for that. Example, in the USA, the currency is dollar. So 100 cents is equal to, what is that? $1. So 1 cent is nothing but, what do you say? 1 by 100th of the dollar. Clear? So cent is that actually 100 you get, generally we can consider. That is what percentage is per 100. Because per kilometer, this is 100 kilometers per hour, means what? In every 1 hour, you can travel a journey, of course, a distance of 100 kilometers. This is per 100, means out of 100. So in a class you have feel so that 40 students are there. In this, of course, 40 members, on one day, 30 students present and 10 are absent that. Then the question is, what's the percentage of absency? What's the percentage of this particular case of absentees here? So what is that beta? Imagine that out of 40 members, 10 are absent now. No, only 10 it is. Out of 40 members, 10 are absent. For 100, how many? That is called as the percentage. 100 into 10 by 40 beta. 0 gets cancelled into 425 times. So what is that? 1/4. Called as 25% of the strength is absent today. Means the topic we can say here, out of 100 members, everything should be converted to what, please? 100. That's the topic here, friends. So just question paper is very fantastic here. I'll try to give you maximum questions in this. Of course, the solutions, in fact, the fifth one is very important question, please. First of all, let me start the point here. Yeah, this 5% of 50 is what? Option A, 4, 6, 2.5 and none. Beta, first let me write in the solution part. Question number 1 is, find 5% of 50. That's nothing but it's is equal to what actually? Whenever you can have, I told now, imagine X percentage, means what is the meaning of that? X by 100. Right? Before starting that, I'll tell you one more point here. X percentage means what? You have to feel that 1 X upon 100 beta. Even that 5% of X is equal to 50. Find X. A question is given to that. What to do, sir? Same style, 5 upon 100 half is into X is equal to 50. Beta 5 ones are and 5 tens are. So what's the value of here? X is equal to 10 into 100. It's nothing but 1000. So this is the way of doing. So here what I have said, 5% of, yes, 50 is how much? So same style, 5 upon 100, half is of course into. So then cancellation of 0 by bar, 5 ones are and 5 twos are. What you got here? 5 by 2 is nothing but 2.5. 5% of 50 is how much? It's exactly 2.5 beta. Clear now? Then come to the point here. Second question. Yes, look at the point. That is same. Find 5% of 900. Yeah, you will definitely tell the answer before my solution also, I know. Just try these things now. 5%, because for every topic, I'll come from the basic. That's the reason I've taken very fundamental questions in this particular case. 5% of 900 is how much? Story same. 5 upon 100 of 900 gets cancelled beta. 5 nines are, the 45 is the right answer for this. 45 is the answer. Then go to the third question. Now just observe the question paper now. Third bit is what? Yeah, I have to write the two questions here. Express the following as percentages. The value is here 1 by 2 beta. Second bit in this case is 2 by 5. So these are in fractions. 1 by 2 is a fraction and you have to tell in the what percentage. How it is. And what's that? How to do these questions here. Simple point I'll tell you. The third one, first bit is express 1 by 2 as percentage. That's the question beta. So what is that? Whenever you can have 1 by 2, simply express in percentage is simple 100. 2, 5 times 0. So its value is 50 percentage is called as 1 by 2 beta. In fact, if you take a circle, this is of course in a matter of angle 360 degrees. And I'm dividing this to what? Two parts. Implies, imagine 180 degrees this one. So what is this part? It's half. Nothing but how can you say 50 percentage of the whole figure called as the whole circle? That is nothing but, even in simple way, out of 360, this part is 180. Per 100, how much it is? Story in same style, you observe that 100 into 180 by 360 beta. It's 2s are and 2 5. So 50%. That's the reason half is nothing but 50% is always. In same style, second question. Just observe the second bit here. What is that, sir? Look at that. Express same. The following as percentages. 2 by 5 should be, in fact, how much percentage? 2 by 5 is how much percentage? The question. Now take that. 2 by 5, Baba. 2 by 5 percentage, na? I told you just simply into 100. 5 ones are and 5 20 times. So 2 into 20, it's 40 percentage. Right? If you want to express the fraction 2 by 5 in percentage, the answer is 40 percentage. So this is a very important topic for your examination, of course. Just be ready for that and just do the topics which I told you already and practice maximum questions. The only thing, of course, only this what you can say, the secret of success is nothing but practice in point of CSAT, or you can say whichever the examination has the mathematics part or something like that. Then go to third bit beta. Express 20 as percentage of 80. Very good question. We have to express this 20 as what, my friends? The percentage of 80, how much it is, sir? That's a basic point, please. Yeah, I'll tell you. Take this 20. Question number it is 3 beta. 20 upon 80 into 100. So this is original number by out of something. Into that 24s are na 425 times. So answer is how much, sir? 25 percentage. 25 percentage, remember. Right? This is the way of doing for the question number 3 beta. Then please go to question number 4. Yes. If 15% of a number is 90, then what's the number, please? Same style here. He just, of a number, I don't know the number. So he is asking that what is the number means whenever you can have in mathematics, the unknown number, always we can consider that as what? X here. What is the number? Means let the number be X. So 5% of number means I have to write here 5% of X is 90. Finish. I'll write in the solution part now. I'll do that. Problem number 4 is that fellow is asking that 50% of a number. So what you can say? Let the number be X. Issue close beta. So 15% of X is how much now? 90. Then find the, of course, the value of X, baba. So same style, 15 by 100 into X is equal to 90. Observe it very carefully, please. So 5 3s are beta, and you can say 5 2 times 0. Here I have stopped here. Otherwise, you can do directly there also. 3 1s are 3 times 0. So what's the value of X, sir? It is 30 into, because X by 20 na, 20, it is 600. Otherwise also you can do directly that. How it is? 15 by 100 into X is equal to 90. Now you can do that. Any method, I don't mind. X is 15 6s. So X is equal to what? 6 into 100, you can do that also. 600. So what comes in the place of X otherwise what? How much percent? This is 15% of which number is 90? This is the answer. 600 beta. Fourth question is option A. Fourth option is that exactly A, my dear. But the fifth question, now it's very important. It's a turning point. Now the shortcut methods which I mentioned that of course. So I'll tell the things in very, now of course in the easiest way, that's called shortcut methods. So here the question is, the salary of a worker was increased by 20% and then reduced by 10%. What was the change in his salary? Change implies what? Yeah, is it the concerned case of percentage salary increased or decreased or no change? This type of things called as percentage of change in the salary beta. So the salary of a worker was, what is that? Increased by 20%. Imagine that something was there in the beginning, now it has become plus 20%. And later, immediately after increasing, again suddenly they decreased by 10%. On the whole, what's the change in the salary? That's the question. So I'll tell in general way, at the same time the shortcut also, Baba. Observe the question number 5. Let the salary be, what is that? Let the salary is equal to, imagine that, 100 beta. So upon 100, what happens here? Increased. How much percentage increased here? 20% in the increase. That's what, after increase, the salary is going to be that, how much? After increase, this 20%, now 20% of 600 is, what is that? 20 rupees. This 20 plus 100, it's 120 rupees is the salary after increasing. But what happened in the next one? Immediately, what he mentioned that? Just see the question otherwise once again. So that was here reduced by 10% beta. So now point here is, yeah, decreased by, imagine that, decreased value is equal to what? 10% of 120. How much it is? 10 by 100 into 120 gets cancelled beta here, 00. So 12 rupees reduced. So how much is getting finally? The final salary now is getting that 120 here it is, minus of 12 beta. It's exactly how much beta? 120 minus 12 is 108. So in the beginning it was 100 rupees. Now it has become 108. So upon 100 na, so 8% increased. Therefore what is that? Increased in the case is what you say, 8 rupees. But point is the percentage, because I've taken 100. Therefore upon 100, so that 8% increased. So this is a general method. The point is a purely general method. I can tell the shortcut within seconds of time that whenever you have this type of problem, one time increased, next decreased, or increased, and what's the effect? 2 times decreased. This type of all problems we are going to discuss now. Whenever you have this type of problem, beta, the beautiful shortcut I'm writing now, it's very important shortcut. Percentage of change, maybe of what, increased or decreased. If you get the positive value, you should say that as increased. If you get the negative value in the answer after doing solutions, you have to say that decreased. So beta, percentage of change formula here now, I percentage minus of d percentage minus of I percentage into d percentage, right, by 100. This is the story here. I'm just keeping that as a percentage, there ends the matter. So your application is only percentage, right now. So therefore what beta? I stands for increased percentage, d stands for decreased percentage. So same I into d, change is nothing but there is chance of increase or decrease beta. So that's value I percentage is now, how much increased in the beginning? 20% salary. How much percentage of salary was decreased? 10 minus of 20 into 10 by 100. This is a basic point, please. Now come to the point in this case, beta. Come to the point in this case. What is that? Just do cancel of this. 0, 0, 00 cancelled beta now. Come to the point here. 20 minus of 10 is 10 minus 2. You got 8% of change. Because of positive symbol, it's not minus 8. So 8%, if you get the plus symbol, we have to write the answer as 8% increase. It's a beautiful thing here now. It's a very fantastic thing, my youngsters. Observe this here, right? The formula, whenever you have that, it may be in the point of areas also. Example, the length of the wall increased by 20% and width of the wall in other room, in the same room, decreased by some percentage. Then what's the effect? How much is going to, the area is going to be changed. Same style. You have to write I percentage minus of d percentage. Example, the population of a town first year decreased by 20%, then again decreased by 10%. What's the impact of this? How much percentage is going to be changed? So the point is same. In this case, 2 times decreased. Now, so 2 you have to write minus d. Because I stands for positive symbol, d for negative. So in this case, plus into minus, I have just reason I've took here, just have taken here. I took that minus is that. So plus minus, minus into plus is minus beta. This is a way actually. So question number, same cell now, I think you understood. Very important formula this is. Please go to the next one here. That's problem number 6th mark. The wages of a man were first decreased by 20% and then increased by 10%. What's the percentage effect on his salary, Baba? So major point in this case is what? He gave previously first increase. Next in this case is what? First decrease. Nothing. What are the point it could be? Don't worry for that. We have to write the formula I percentage minus d. Answer will decide that's increased or decreased. That's a major point here. I'll show that now. Just see question number 6th beta. What is that? First decreased by 20 percentage, then increased by 10. I don't know what it may be that. My formula is same. I percentage minus of D percentage minus of increased percentage into decreased percentage by 100. So that in this one, first point is we have to write 10 better. Minus of decreased value 20 minus 10 into 20 by 100. These two zeros cancel here. So 10 minus 20 please. It's minus 10 my dear. Minus 10 minus 2 means what? How much it is? Minus of 12 percentage indicates 12 percentage decrease. This is what the salary was decreased by how much percentage means what? 12 percentage we have to say better. That's why option is A answer in the previous question. Observe that. Very important. Please write all these things. Otherwise, you take the screenshot or something. Very important problem it is. Now come to the point of this is 12 percentage decrease. Option A better. Then please go to question number 7th. Yeah, this is also same application here now. The land holding of a person is decreased by 10 percentage. Due to late monsoon, the production decreases by 8 percentage. Then what is the effect on the revenue? Same story beta. Example, if he gets more and more, the production is maximum, he gets profit. But what, because of this late monsoon, the production decreased by 8 percentage means I don't mind of the topic of whether production or something like that. If you have two terms are there in one operation, increasing and decreasing, there ends a matter. Come on, start the operation of that. I minus D beta. That's right. If you want more on this type of things, of course, we have a regular program is there, right? I tried my best to give the maximum. Even if you want the regular classes, most welcome to our Mantra IAS Academy for individual modules. Of course, even if you take up CSAT II or economy, or you can say polity or Indian history, of course, at the same time, what? Geography, anything, most welcome. Or else, if you want to join our PCM program, most welcome that Mantra IAS Academy. And we have two sides of that is what you call online program is there, beta, offline also there. And the number is there already. Otherwise, also just you open to go through our website, you can find that 8801627181 is my number. Right. Now, 7th question beta here. Observe the point here. The land holding of a person decreased by 10 and due to late monsoon, 2 times decreases here. Right? Because land area decreased and ultimately production also decreased. So what is the application here? Definitely revenue will decrease. How much percentage? 2 times decreased here, sir. How to do that? I'll tell you. Percentage of change formula is going to be changed in this style that percentage of change is equal to beta minus D percentage minus of D stands for decrease and automatically keep the negative symbol. Minus into minus plus it is D percentage into D percentage by 100 beta. This is one more interesting point here. Please observe that. Now, yeah, land area decreased by how much percentage in the previous question? It is 10. So you have to write minus 10. And at the same time, beta, production is decreased because of monsoon is 8. So minus 8. Now 10 into 8 by 100. Come to the point. 0 gets cancelled, Baba. 10 minus of 8, it is minus 18. Beta, 8 by 10 is 0.8. 0.8. Remember, this is a very interesting question, of course, because 2 times land hold is decreased by 10% and because of late monsoon, production also decreased. Definitely revenue is going to be decreased by how much percentage? That's a basic point. Observe here. Now beta, minus 18 plus 0.8 is nothing but 17.2. Minus 17.2 percentage means 17.2 percentage decreased. This is the answer, of course. You can check there is when the option is not there. You have to keep the option is none beta. That's a basic point. Observe now. Clear now? So because 10% decreased and again minus 8% decreased by looking at minus 18. But what you say operation is less than that. So option is D. None answer beta. Now, 8th question, observe this one. When 40% of a number is added to 84, the result is the number itself. What's the value of the number? Question is, I have to focus upon this. What is the value of the number? I don't know certain number. So let the number be what you can say. First step, let the number is some x beta. So what is that here? 40% of this number. Now 40% of x is added to 84. Right. Then what happened? The result only, not results. Result is same number, that's x. Now do simplification and you can get the answer. I gave the maximum thing, but of course I'll go to the solution part and I can tell the solution for this one beta. Observe this. I told now Let the number be what to take here. Again, I'll tell in the problem number, of course, the solution part. As I told the basic point there already. Now, in this case, 40% of a number is added to 84 now. So what you can consider? Let the number be x. So 40% of the number, 40% of x is added to 84. Now the result is how much? Same number, please. Therefore, what is that here? 4 by 100 into x plus 84 is equal to x beta. Do one thing, even if you want to cancel 0, 0, it's okay. Otherwise, I'll do one thing. Variables one side and the constant the other side I'll take. X minus of 40 by x is equal to 84. Now simplification beta. LCM is 100. It's by 1 called as 100x minus of 40x. It's 84. Come to the conclusion. It is 60x by 100 is equal to 84. Beta cancel of 0. Remember that 14 6 are 84 or 6 1s are 6 4s are. Therefore what? The x is equal to now 14 into 10. Your answer is 140. 140 is the answer of yours. I think it is there in option A beta. Observe that. You can find it. Yes. Now this is what you call, please, option A. This is the answer of yours. A beautiful answer it is. Right? Now come to the point. The next question is very important actually. That's the 9th one here. A man spent 12% of his money, and after spending 80% of the remainder, he is left with rupees 264. How much had he at first? Superb question. It is very fantastic. In this case also, I'll tell you an extraordinary shortcut, please. Whenever you have this type of problems, you can do wonders. So just observe the point, but I'll tell you this. Be wonderful question. It is just observe the point in this case. Yeah, go to solution part. Now, first let me tell the general method. Of course, it's purely calculated. In fact, full of calculation here. This problem is calculation oriented problem, right? Now, how to do it? Looking, the numbers are simple, but the calculation is very fantastic that. So therefore what? How much had he at first is the question. So that let in the beginning. Otherwise, at first, that fellow had some field, so 100 rupees beta. Because of the problem is percentage. I have taken 100 rupees. In this 100 rupees, what is the first expenditure, please? He spent 80% of the, first case is 12%. 12% of money means out of 100, 12 rupees now. So this is what after first operation, first expenditure, first time expenditure, what is it? Remaining amount is 100 minus of 12. He has with him 88 rupees beta. In this 88, in the second day, of course, again he spent that amount of money, 20% of 20 or 80. Yes, 80%. Sorry. 80% is expended here. That's spent upon this certain item. I don't know what is that, but 80% of 88 rupees. The expenditure is now 80% of the remaining amount. How much it is? 80 by 100 into 88 beta. 0 gets cancelled here. Remember? Right. 2 4s are and 2 5 times Baba. So by 5 is there. Be cautious. Otherwise, if you keep as it is, by 10 is a good always. But anyhow, I'll do that. 4 8s are 32, 3. And 4 8s are 32 plus 3. 352 by 5 beta. Now observe that 3, 5, 2. I told the calculation oriented problem it is. Don't worry, it's very simple. It is 5. 5 7s are 0.4. So 70 rupees 40 paisa he has expended out of 88. So finally, how much he had with him? That he has an amount of 88 minus of 70.4. How much it is, my dear? Observe that. You can do that. 88 minus 70.4. This is what you can say. 0.6, of course, 7 minus 0, 7, and 17 rupees 60 pice. So 17.6 with him finally. Baba, we have taken that beginning amount was 100 rupees. Now with him is equal to how much it is, please? With him is equal to 17.6, clear? So finally, if with him is equal to 17 rupees 60 pice, the original sum, or you can say at the beginning, or you can say at first, he has 100 rupees. But in our question, he left with 264 rupees. How much was in the beginning? No doubt, I told you, I'll tell the shortcut also. Very big problem. But in seconds of time, you can do that. So 264 into 100 by 17.6 beta. To remove this, of course, you know the method. 264 into 100. Just removing of 0.176 and into one more 0, the numerator part. So in nothing but into 10 by 10, that's it. Now do simplification. 4 4s are 16 and 4 4s are. Then here 4 6 are 4 6 are beta. Easiest khatam. 4, this is 11 4s are 11 6 are. Then beta here is 425 times. Now point is 6 into 25 into 10. 25 6 are 150. Into 10 it is 1500. So original amount was how much with him? He had in the beginning 1500 rupees. That's a basic story. A big question, but in seconds of time we can do this problem, please, by using the shortcut method. Now go to the shortcut method, please. Yeah, observe, this is a very important method, and just go on doing this. Copy once again, of course. Observe this problem. Second, the final step is this. Now beta, the shortcut I'm taking here, right? I'll just take in a specific manner that ATB is equal to ATP into number of hundreds beta into 100 into 100 by, if reduces or some decreased by certain amount of money, minus if addition. Example, the person deposited certain amount of money in the bank, plus. So in this case 2 times subtracted, so that first time expenditure, second also expenditure, that's 100 minus of x minus y. When will you go to replace, please? If you deposit the money in the bank or adding certain amount of money, so now you can say that beta, it is subtraction. Because of that reason, minus 2 times expenditure that. So ATP stands for final amount. That's at present. Finally, how much he has that? The second point is called at the beginning. The beginning amount I have to find out. So now point is with him is equal to 264 beta according to the problem. Yes, I'll show that 264 finally with him, right? Exactly. 2 times operations. First time 12% is reduced. Second is 80% is subtracted because of some nothing but expenditure. So why I have taken, yes, now one point I have taken extra beta. We have 2 operations only. So you need 2 hundreds only. Please remember the shortcut is nothing but number of operations. So here we have 2 operations, minus x minus y. That's why I have to keep into 100 into 100. That's none, but not 3 times. Please remember. Now 264 into 100 into 100 by 100 minus of first expenditure 12. Second time is what? 80% minus 80. Now do simplification beta. Its value 264 means the numerator part that depends upon the number of operations. Hundreds are depends upon operations. We have 2 operations, so take 200. That's it. 264 into 100 into 100 by, this is 88 into 20 beta. First step, 0 cancelled here. And one more step, 2 5s are. If you cancel directly, well and good. Otherwise also not a problem here. 4 22 times. 4 6 are, and again 4 6 are 24. 22 3s are. Now what do you have finally, please? 3 into 5 into 100. It's exactly 1500. It's a beautiful problem, of course. So beta, this is what actually the concept. Clear? I'll tell the next one. By that you can do within seconds of time whenever you have this type of problems, please. Yeah, just look at the question number next. That's, you say, 10th problem. Observe, it's a beautiful problem, please. After deducting 10% from a certain sum of money and then 20% from the remainder, there will be rupees 3600. Find the original sum. Same story, Baba. We have to find out the beginning amount. Original sum is how much? That is the question, please. For that, same story, I have to take ATP value is 3600. My target is ATB, and 2 times operations we have. So numerator part is into 100 and second is also 100. That I can do now. Observe the logic beta. Very important and of course very important question and topic also, please. So ATB, again I am writing the formula especially to make you perfect. Into 100 into 100, because I've taken 2 times only operation. Previously, no, don't worry for that. 3 times is what? No, we have cancelled it 2 times only. Now minus x, and again what you can say? Minus y, Baba. The beginning value my target I have to find out, but presently, of course, present amount with him is equal 3600, and 2 times are there, into 100 into 100 by 100 minus of 10%. Again 100 minus of 20%. Then come to the point beta. This value 3600 into 100 by 90 into 80. 00 gets cancelled beta here. 9 4 times, of course, and 4 2s are 8. 2 5 times 0. So what do you say regarding this? 5000 amount in the beginning. That fellow actually, he has that fellow, how much in the beginning? That he had an amount of 5000. Find the original sum is nothing but original sum was 500. That's enough. Clear now, please? So this type of problems are there. Many problems here, of course, we have, right? You please try all these questions. I'll show the question paper to you that. Now observe the 11th question, please. Take the screenshot of this one and try it. Now 12th question also same here. Try the question. Yes, same 13th question here. Take this and of course try. Now otherwise you can just hold it and you can do that one. And 14th question here. I am just almost all prepared a very good paper to that. Please try all the questions in fact, and even if you want to join our program, most welcome. Better problem number for practice, of course, it's a beautiful problem. Problem number 14. Now take this, of course, 15th problem here. Hold it. Again, you can find it. Next one, 16th. Of course, 17th. This is the 18th question. 19th. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24th question. This is, of course, 50% is this side. Right side is here. So find how much percentage a householder must reduce her consumption of sugar so as to not to increase. Better 25th. Next 26, 27. These are my homework problems to you that please try all the questions. You will do definitely better. And if anybody wants to come, and of course, because for the sake of practice, a good different models I kept in this paper. Try all the questions, Baba. I wish you all the best. We'll of course meet with another video. Right? Subscribe to this channel. You can get very beautiful applications. And even if time permits, don't worry. If majority people ask that, I can give the solutions also for this one. Have a great time. God bless you, my youngsters. Yeah. Bye-bye, everybody.